in that too. They have co-opted that stuff years ago also too. Like I say, you go to damn Marie Nouveau's museum in New Orleans, it's run by white people. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, and also.
They were black people, and the parties that they were having were, it was filled with the community of elders and young people.
Yeah.
And these people partied together, and
right.
young women could feel free to walk around in any way that they wanted, because they know that there was a amount of respect that was there.
Yeah. So it's that too, but then again, on the other hand, you got to look at the pattern on what did they do as far as whatever uprisings they had on the political level. They squashed those things. You see, you got to understand, you got to look at the pattern on how they squash things. Now, you see what I'm saying? Or whatever type thing like this and all. We still do know that Haiti is still one that they're particularly concerned about, because we saw some shit to go down in Haiti in the 90s. And we know why they don't want to put the Haitians, the ones in, bring them into the country. So we do know that Haiti is still a hotbed. That's one that they're still particularly concerned about. Unfortunately, a lot of the Caribbeans have gotten rid of certain things like Obeah. Get the movie Wide Sargasso Sea, and you will see the remnants. Wide Sargasso Sea, and you will see the remnants of Obeah, which was the flourishing spiritual system. And although they still have forms of Obeah, let's say like the dominant island, Jamaica, should be a stronghold for their particular form of Obeah. You see what I'm saying? Which was one of the predominantly magical systems, or mystical systems of the Caribbean. So they done knocked out the Obeah, but they got Macumba, but that's down in Brazil, and the Brazil people are not people, that's too far away. South America's too far away where you can get that influx between the United States and all of that. So that's like another world away, because they still got Macumba down there, and some of the islands still have some forms of Obeah and stuff. But I'm talking about like a international place like Jamaica, because Jamaica literally is the, out of all the islands, Jamaica is the one that would be the one that they would be concerned on, because it has more international discourse. So therefore, the Obeah had to be, you see what I'm saying? You see, it has to be knocked out. You see what I'm saying? Haiti is still alien in the aspect that they're making sure that only a certain amount get over. You understand what I'm saying? And too often, it's always the students and stuff who's there for a criteria. But a doggone grassroots motherfucker running down the United States, fuck around and get into that damn hip-hop, and, you know what I'm saying, smoking that damn herb and shit and start damn doing some shit like that. They ain't concerned, you know, they're concerned about that so the Haitians can't come over on the boats. You understand what I'm saying? And as far as the Santeria, they figure there's so many white, there's 3 million practitioners in Santeria, and then there's a 3 million white Yoruba practitioners in America. And one head Jew in Chicago that set over half the Yoruba family in America, a white Jew. You see what I'm saying? So, we know that Haiti is basically blocked out. They killed the cultural aspect of Jamaica, which is the dominant island, they say, because most other Caribbean aspects look to Jamaica. The whole flavor with the whole Caribbean, they look to Jamaica, you see what I'm saying, as, you understand what I'm saying, this particular aspect of the Africans and Americans has been a great influence all over the country. So Jamaica, they make sure that that's the one that they, you see what I'm saying, that they really hold down. And basically, as far as their cultural ties from the past, is real weak. You see what I'm saying? Completely wiped out almost. You see, so there's some stuff that's actually going on. So that stuff there is not with the Obeah. There you go. You see what I'm saying? That's gone. You see what I'm saying? Like that? No. That's why you ain't got no Haitian clubs jamming like that. You see what I'm saying? Because therefore, might be some voodoo shit that they don't want. And so therefore, they don't want also the Haitians to come to New Orleans, because that was a whole dialogue between Napoleon and Thomas Jefferson. You better separate them motherfuckers and stuff. And so that's how that whole thing is for two different cultures now. Oh yeah, but I'm just saying, you know, that's always a part of dissension amongst, you know what I'm saying, that they make sure that nothing unites Pan-African-wise on that particular aspect now, but it's always the government game. And then we fall victim to the same thing and all, because hell, in New York, if they want to squash the black movement, the first thing they do is they go to the Caribbean community. Because they already know that there's a doggone, you see the real, and so because it's a black face don't necessarily mean they do that and stuff. They did it with the Imhotep Gary Bird, and them was broadcasting from the WLIB, was that WLIB? Out of Apollo in 1990, and they was having conscious shit every day. So what they did, the white boy went to the Caribbean community and say, hey, these motherfuckers are making sure that you don't play your music. And then they had a big fight because the Caribbean community was mad because they didn't want the conscious shit because they didn't want to, because they wanted their music being heard. So the white boy got behind that shit. You see what I'm saying? They always can do that stuff. So they place one against the other, and nobody was saying that the Caribbeans couldn't play the doggone music and stuff, but see, they didn't understand that they was not even worried about their goddamn music. They was worried about taking this conscious shit off. It was a big thing in 1990. The Caribbean people wanted to hear the music. And so that's where the government played that shit. So they're always playing some shit against the middle. Two sides. Okay, yeah. Give me some more questions. What's that?
Hey, where does Cuba come in this Caribbean mix?
Oh, well, you know, you still got your Santeria and your Paleros over there in Cuba, but then again, that's isolated. But you know that they found artifacts from ancient Atlantis over in Cuba, and they got countries from around the world excavating all kind of mysterious stuff over in Cuba, and America has to stay off in the water and excavate. So that's also a particular aspect, you know what I'm saying? But then again, it's a closed country. You know what I'm saying? Even if some of the sisters and brothers, when they want to go get initiated in Cuba, they got to go to Jamaica, then get over into Cuba, then go back to Jamaica to come back to America. You see what I'm saying? Huh? Or Canada, just to go and get initiated into the whole Santeria thing. You see, in the Yoruba thing. What's that, brother?
So what did you think about the movie Ali?
Number one, the movie was put out for one reason, because yes, what's his name was great. He did play Ali, but to say the movie was really not that good. They said because the better movie came out in '97 when we were kings. You see, and overshadowed that. But they're only showing that stuff because, like I said before, now here it is, Ali was against war, and he was Islamic. And the building come up, the building comes down in New York, September, and they're saying you got to be for war and you got to be against Islam. So they ain't put the movie out because of that. They put the movie out again as a ritual to show how fucked up Ali is now. So they can say how much a hero you were now just to see that pathetic motherfucker shaking and shit. You know, you a damn Frankenstein motherfucker, because he's too stupid to know that the key here is if you are great, you retire and you never seen again like Cary Grant. That motherfucker retired in like 49, and we didn't see that motherfucker till a week before he died, and he was 80. You don't see fucking Ronald Reagan. They might show his hand and Nancy Reagan holding his hand, but they understand that you immortalize a person by only showing them at their great point. And when these motherfuckers, Ronald Reagan know his ass from a motherfucking gnat. He brain dead. But you will never know that. You will always see a 70-year-old man with jet black hair. You see? That is the country's father. White people love Reagan to death. He was the person that brought them back to say, you can be white and be proud. And be conservative. So they cannot show Reagan drooling, scratching his ass. You see what I'm saying? So you never are supposed, that's a science. You never see the king sick. You see what I'm saying? The archetypal image can never be shown to the people at a weak state. That comes from Kemet. That comes from Africa. So they take our king shaking and shit, And in order to show his movie, he got to go out and be the spokesman for this shit, looking like a goddamn fool. That's a science. They're not interested in Ali. They hated Ali when he was the Ali that they showing the movie about. But Ali was such a powerful impact to black motherfuckers. If you remember Ali when the shit was going down, I ain't talking about the motherfucker past. Ali was a hero to us. Right? They say, no, we got to destroy that. So they show this motherfucker now can't even talk. But they constantly show him, and they'll take a movie to show what it was in the past just to expose this motherfucker now. Because that's how you doggone knock out the doggone archetype and you knock out the divine king of the Heru, of the hero. The hero must die. Our heroes must die. So they show all of our heroes bite the dust. Either they dead or they in jail or whatever. They even got the doggone Gil Scott Heron ass. You see what I'm saying? You know he's in prison. Yeah, he been locked up since November. Or October. Missed some parole. They caught him with some drugs a couple of years or two ago, and he violated parole because he was on some tour, and all. And anyway, he just didn't show up the way they want you to. And they put his ass in jail for about a year or two. You see what I'm saying? But hell, before that, he had the white woman recently. You see, so either one way they're gonna tear down the shit. You know what I'm saying? So they always. So that's what the Ali shit was about. To show the pathetic monster that he's become, that you don't never supposed to see. Because it's always said, oh, that was great, but psychologically, when our great people, we always pay a price, so don't be great. You see what I'm saying? Richard Pryor, fucked up. At least you don't see him that much. He in a wheelchair. In a damn wheelchair. You see? But not knowing who the white man is, going to lay up in their hospital. You see, they gave him a lobotomy when they burned him up. They fed what's the name rat poison. Ali. Mm-hmm. They fucked him up. But remember, the woman told him, the same big mouth you running your mouth with, one day you won't even be able to speak out it. Illuminati woman told him that shit. The woman, she was in the movie The Greatest. They portrayed her. She used to follow him at every show, every boxing match. And she told him, the mouth you running your big mouth with, one day you won't be able to talk out of it. And sure enough, the Illuminati got that nigga. You see, they got him. You see, cause, that's why now you can't be rounding up with no fucking religion. Religion, man, gets you killed. That Islam and that Jesus and that Hebrew, anything that ain't damn the magical side, you better leave that shit alone. So right now, if the white man come, you say, look, I'm from the dark side. I got some damn magic for your ass. So you tell that motherfucker God on my side, and I'm with Jesus, they say, kill that nigga and his family. Because that motherfucker don't know. That's some shit we made up. What's that, brother?
You said earlier, I mentioned I believe some shit's about to come down.
Yeah.
Next couple of days,
I was talking about that, about these entities coming to copulate, to raise your kundalini energy and burn up those who, with the kundalini raise, it's going to raise all mutants alike. But it's going to burn up those who are not, but it's going to bring you to the Godhead. The secret lover. You see, give me some questions. Okay, give me some questions. Any more questions? None? Oh, well, the music got you now. What is it? Mm-hmm.
So what about the movie Training Day?
Well, James was just some hell of a acting in this shit.
You like that one?
He did some hell of a acting, but other than other than the motherfucker is a badass actor, but like I said, he sold out on this other one. But other than that, he did some hell of a acting in this stuff. But he was such a fucked up black cop, so even the white people was like, you fucked up in the movie. But other than that, it's nothing to learn from it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. There was a movie called The Forsaken, another one of these vampire movies. And they was talking about, it's on video, for the Forsaken. And then they was talking about these master vampires and one in Africa. And they had a white boy rolling with this black African-looking girl. And when the shit got tough and the vampire hunters was coming and they had to make a run for it, he would sacrifice white girls just to keep this black girl alive. He would kill, he made sure all his other vampire people, he would give them up to the vampire hunters, but he made sure that that damn black girl stayed alive. Because they was talking about a master vampire in Africa, and I believe this girl was the daughter. So they're dealing with that whole stuff here in that particular movie called The Forsaken.
That's the one where they went across they were looking for him.
It's called The Forsaken. And they had that black girl, and all, you know, he made sure that vampire, master vampire, made sure that she stayed alive, and he'd give up all the little white girls. What's that? The what? Vanilla Sky is basically this stuff I'm talking about, your dreams. And there ain't no difference between your dream. What's the name said it? Morpheus said it in the movie Matrix. What about if you never wake up from a dream? What's the difference between the dream world and your world? It will all be the same. Now, when you dreaming, that world is just as real. You never say this is a dream. So there is two different though. So in Vanilla Sky, when the shit went down, the dream world was just as real as the world that he thought he was real in. You got to go see it. It is something else. I didn't see that yet. Is it out yet?
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, the terrorists. It's all the same. Yeah, you know they've been planning all these movies. They started with even the movie with John Travolta and Swordfish. They've been planning this terrorist thing for a whole year prior to the building. What's that, sister?
Talking about Haiti made me think about Abnalawima.
Yeah.
As being much more than just police brutality.
There you go.
It was a ritual.
It was a ritual.
And that was a Haitian club. They lived in
There you go.
And at the same time, Abnalawima did not really, he was more into the Christian thing than he was into the voodoo thing.
That's why they chose him. That's why they chose him. You see, that's why they chose him and all. What's that?
Shortly after they did that, though, that's when everybody started coming down with the colon cancer, the cancers.
Oh yes, yeah, that's true. Well, yeah.
Cancer. Shortly
Yep.
after that, and that's when Giuliani came out about his cancer.
Yeah.
Right around that time, right after that.
Yep. You see, it's always, so now you got, you know, and see here, there are no more seasons. It's warm all the time. So every season you seeing now, they're making that shit up. And you know, it gets up to 70 and 60 every 2 weeks or every week, and then they got to come in and they put the Kim Dome, and it be 2 days of cloudy clouds and no rain. Then the rain finally comes and it get cold. But the Kim Dome killing 2 birds with 1 stone, giving you all this stuff to shut you down, as well as trying to keep this modified weather that they invent. What's you, then you, brother, sister? What's you, brother? What's that? Oh, well, basically that was just another ritual. You know, the Patriots, who ain't won shit in years, all of a sudden they in the Super Bowl and they gonna win, doing this patriotic season with 9/11, and then they fight against the Rams, which is the Baphomet. Huh? Yeah, you see.
Both of them threw an interception the 4th quarter.
Yeah, well, you know. But the whole concept is the Patriots. When I heard the Patriots was going, I knew they was going to win because they was going up against the Rams, and the Rams is the Baphomet. That's Amen-Ra. That's ancient symbology. And here it is again to keep this patriotic shit going. It's the 9/11 thing. It was all fake. What's that?
The other thing I was going to say is about the music industry, what's happening now. Because most of the R&B and hip-hop acts, if you look at they got white people in their bands now. There you go. Yes, and most of the crackers, they got black people in their bands. And now it's got to the point where like even people like NSYNC and other people, they're getting played on black radio. So now you can't even hear us on black radio.
And all that's what they told Michael Jackson, if you're going to return,
You're gonna come and you're gonna be validated by NSYNC and fucking Britney Spears. So he had to go and be validated by them. And here's Michael Jackson, who don't need no validity, but in order for him to come out, he had to be validated. And they told you, motherfucker, you better not sit with your goddamn mama. You better sit with stink ass, molded, mildewed, rheumatism ass Elizabeth Taylor, and his mama was someplace on the other side. Brown does had that sit with that old no good ass, molded, mildewed, rheumatism ass, shit. Right. Dropped his shit to be with Britney Spears' manager. And do all this kind of shit here. You know, because they're saying that now, if you're going to be in this thing, Britney Spears and NSYNC got to be the standard that you got to adhere to, not Michael Jackson. You see, and now they got him, you know, his mama couldn't even sit beside him. He's sitting beside because he still ain't shit. He still ain't shit. You see, what's that? Okay. Basically, it's simple. Anytime you don't want it to rain, you just tell Oya. So I'm just trying to say, basically, you can control the weather. Basically, whenever I do a lecture, I make sure it don't rain, so I get the maximum amount of asses in the sea. So, you know, Oya is the one that does that for you. So you just call on Oya, if you know, and believe in it, and Oya will do what you want it to do. You know what I mean? But, you know, my point here is, you know, what difference does it make these days, you know what I'm saying, other than, you know, if your gas gets cut off. You see what I'm saying? Which I said on the last lecture that they had to go and start cutting the people gas on because they wasn't getting winter. And they didn't figure it out that they had 60,000 black people with no gas on. And those black people start thinking, I don't want it to get cold. And as a result, the winter spilled on. The winter was almost gone. It was in December. It was still hot. Until they said, you better cut these motherfuckers gas on because Christmas is coming and we ain't going to have a winter and we're going to lose a whole lot of damn money if we don't have this shit here. Because motherfuckers ain't going to spend nothing. So what they did was they cut the gas on, the black people eased up, and then they got a little bit of cold, but even that shit ain't working most of the time. But whatever little bit that they did get, they wasn't getting nothing even with the weather modification because the black people's mind was like, Lord, don't let it get cold. This motherfucking space heater going to have to be enough. And as a result, they produced the condition until the government had to come in and say, look, go get to Florida and what the man that want to cut on this gas and cut these niggas gas on. Because these 60,000 people going to fuck around and it's going to be goddamn 80 degrees in January. Because the cold they get, they're going to really start whispering, it's January, oh Lord. And then, you know, so that's what happened. You see, yeah. So you the weather person. Give me some more questions. Any more questions? Well, I guess, how much time you got, man? 1 minute? Any more questions? But get the blue pill and go to Dreamland. What's that?
Why did you pick
The Unisom or Sleep and All because that particular one, the Melanin book said that that's the best one to put you in dream time. Other stuff is sedatives, it'll make you fall asleep, but this enhance the sleep. It's the one that's good for the dream time, and plus, I picked it based on trial and error. You see what I'm saying? By using the other ones and stuff, and then I found out the blue pill was the best. So that's why the blue pill and shit, I picked that one because that's the one that put me in dream time. The blue pill and the green pill.
So all those guys got the same experience you using too?
Huh?
Other brothers and sisters?
Yeah, when I finally got them to do it, they was doing all the health stuff. And when I finally got them to do it, like Stella back there, she finally took it after a month. And then started dreaming like crazy. And then start stealing my damn blue pills. After she started dreaming. You see. Yeah, color and everything. But like I said, I got so far in because I did the 3. Now, I don't want y'all to do that at first. Become an expert first. But I did that 3, and I was closing my eyes like this, and I could see the dream, and I opened it up, I could see, I was awake, and I closed, the dream was still going on. People still walking around. But that's how far in this realm we are. It's right around us. But it's in the sleep. Huh?
I have to be a couple times, I go back to sleep, and I'm still...
Yeah, right. Yeah, but I'm talking about when I closed my eyes like this, blinking, the dream was when my eyelids shut, the dream was still going on. But going back to sleep, I did pick up on the dreaming to be continued. Right. Also, what's that?
I mean, it's coming to me now. One thing about when I dream, I can control what happens in my dreams.
There you go.
It's not an issue of stuff happens very logical.
Yeah.
And just when you said that, it makes sense now.
Yeah, there you go.
You know, I get It used to be when I would get scared or afraid, I would wake myself up, you know, just will myself to be up physically. And then in my dream, I have to think of new stuff to do to wake
Well, you own it, baby. You operating the show. You running the show. That's what you got to get to. Here's a book on the whole fallen angel thing and what's going on here called From the Ashes of Angel, the Forbidden Legacy of the Fallen Race by Andrew Collins. But even though they might show all these white folks, they still talking about you. From the Ashes of Angels by Andrew Collins, the Forbidden Legacy of the Fallen Race. And he uses Jeremiah up in here, which most white folks don't do. So just remember, they're still talking about you. And also, Andrew Collins, From the Ashes of Angels, Forbidden Legacy of the Fallen Race. Andrew Collins. What's that?
What do you think about the Enron situation?
Just some shit to throw you off. Everybody talking about that bullshit. Remember something. Corporations in this country is protected. That means that they can't have multi-level corporations going down because that is the civilization. And if one goes down, that's the damn throw motherfuckers off. Now, damn Bush and all of them was connected with damn Enron. So if that shit went out, that's because they sat around a goddamn table. Because they bailed out all the damn airlines in damn October. So they would give them money before they give you money. You see what I'm saying? So don't let nobody fool you. There's no such thing as no free market and all that bullshit. The corporations is the religion. And corporations do not fail that big. They fail only because the government say, okay, let's take out one to goddamn throw motherfuckers off. You gotta damn be distracted by something. Distraction is the number one with the government. You see what I'm saying? If they can distract your conscious mind, it leaves your subconscious mind wide open to put all the bullshit in. And next thing you know, you be hearing the national anthem and crying. You see? And you don't know what hit your ass. You know, yeah. So we out of here, ladies and gentlemen. It's all good. I got a few CDs left. You know, y'all need to sign the mailing list.